Hi. So the next topic is TCP characteristics, advantage of the TCP/IP, and next what are the disadvantage of the TCP/IP. Now, most scenario in the present world we are using what type of common TCP/IP protocols, and what is the difference between the OSI and TCP/IP model. Okay, so first discuss about the TCP. What is the TCP/IP characteristics? The TCP/IP characteristics are, the first one is it supports a flexible architecture. It support a flexible architecture, and it adding more systems to a network easily. Adding more systems to a network easily. The network remains intact until the source and destination machine will function properly. That is the one more characteristic of the TCP. And the TCP, it is a connection oriented. TCP is a connection oriented service or connection oriented protocol. Now, in this protocol, in the TCP/IP protocol, the data flow implement flow of control when sender never overpowers a receiver with the data. That is the one more advantage of the TCP characteristic. Okay, and it ensures the data which arrives out of sequence should be put back into order. That is the one of more major characteristic is it ensures the data which arrives out of sequence and it should back in order to. Okay, this is the TCP characteristics. Next, what are the advantage of the TCP/IP? So the major advantage of the TCP/IP. So first, it establish a connections. It establish a connection between two types of computers. So it establish a connection different types of computers also. It establishing a connection, and this is independently operating system we can supporting the TCP/IP protocol, and it also supporting the routing protocol also supporting. So, and the organization of the network is networking, and the organization much enables. That is the one of the advantage of the TCP/IP, and to it enabling the networking between the organization. So one of the major advantage of the TCP/IP protocol. Okay, and it supports the client server architecture also. The client server architecture we discuss next topics. So next, in this TCP/IP also it can be operated independently. So it is a independently operating, and this TCP/IP it supporting the routing protocols also, and used to already Japan. So this is the connection established between the two different types of computers also. Okay, but what are the disadvantage of the TCP/IP? So the first disadvantage is the TCP/IP. It replacing protocol TCP/IP is not easy. Replacing another highly impossible. So second one, so no clear separation of the services and interfaces and protocols. Okay, and it is the transport layer does not deliver the packets. The transport layer does not deliver the packets. That is the one more disadvantage of the TCP/IP. So, and it can be overhead the IPX. Over the IPX means IPXI, Internet Packet Exchange. That is the one more disadvantage of the TCP/IP. The next, the most common TCP/IP protocols, or most common TCP/IP protocols in the real world. The first one is the transmission protocol. First one is the transmission protocol. The transmission protocol, you know that. So transmission protocol is a internet protocol, and it segment and reassembling the receiving data. It segment the and segmenting and reassembling in the receiving the data. Next one is the IP. IP, you know that, internet protocol. So internet protocol is known as a numerical label. So it means it is assigned to each device assigned to each device own address. That own address is nothing but a IP The own address name is IP, internet protocol address. Okay, so these two combination a virtual connection, the TCP IP, these two combination is a virtual connection between the destination and receiver. Okay, the next one is the HTTP. But what is mean by HTTP? Now in the most worldwide present we are using the protocol is the hypertext transmission protocol. So just like you see the web page, in this web page, just a web page in the top, I given the address HTTP. So if you type the address is www.google.com. So www.google.com, if we before www.google.com, you can see that is a you can see that it is a transferring worldwide, in this worldwide using, and this transferring the web page edges, and such web pages are the, so from the server and web server, that is the HTTP or client or HTTP web server. So whenever if you using the web browser, we are using the web browser is the Google Chrome or Firefox or whatever different, that is a web client. In this HTTP, it transfer the web pages, the request from the remote server, The next one is SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol. So this means, so in this SMTP it can be using the support the email protocol. The protocol is sending and data into another email, to another email addresses. That is the advantage of the SMTP. So next one is a management protocol, network management protocol. It is managing the devices, internet by using the TCP IP protocol. Managing the devices like switches or routers, it can be managed in the management protocol. Okay, the next one is a DNS, domain name system. So in this domain name system, so IP address that used to identify the connection of a host to the internet uniquely. IP address, the connection of a host to the internet uniquely. Like example, the owner. This is the DNS means owner name. Owner name means the owner is nothing but if we are using the different types of networks, companies. Like if we are using the Airtel, Idea or BSNL. So they are given the own unique address using the internet connection purpose. They are giving the one own unique address. That address name is called DNS, domain name system. And next one is the telnet. This telnet is nothing but, so it is a connections established between the local and remote computer. Local and remote computer means if we am on the system, if any problem, if my system some problems are there, this is how to control. I am using the TeamViewer. This mechanism it can be see another person also without my involvement. That is called the terminal network. Okay, and next one is the most important file transfer protocol. So it means file transfer protocol means, so the data transfer from one machine to another machine by using this file transfer protocol. Okay, in the present these total protocols present in the real world, we are using most unique protocols, right? Okay, and the next one, what is the difference between the TCP IP model? So the TCP IP model, the major difference is, first one, the OSI reference model, open system interface reference model, and the second one is the TCP IP model, transmission control protocol, internet protocol. So the second point, it can be designed by ISO, International Standard Organization. So it can be designed ARPANET, 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 that means Advanced Research Project Agency Network. Okay, so in this OSI model 7 layers are there, and the TCP 4 layers are there, right? And next, so in this OSI model 7 layers available, but in the TCP IP layers only, not at the presentation layer and session layer is not there. And next one is the physical, here the combination of the data link layer and physical layer separated, but in the TCP IP is only one layer, that is the single layer, that is the network or interface layer, right? And in the OSI, it allows a vertical approach. This TCP IP, it allows a horizontal approach. Okay, So in this OSI model, a clear distinctions between the interface and services and protocols, but in the TCP/IP, a not clear distinctions between interface and protocol and services. Okay, next in this so this is the already in the this one is the two layers, one is the physical and data, but here the only one layer are there. In this OSI reference model, in the presentation layer is a not part of the TCP model. Presentation layer is a not part of the TCP model, but there is no sessions and presentations layers in the TCP model. There is no presentation and sessions in the TCP/IP model. So the maximum size of the OSI is 5 bytes. The minimum size of the TCP/IP is 20 bytes. So this is the what is the difference between the OSI and TCP model.